6 years. It's been 6 years since Team Cherry announced Hollow Knight Silksong. And it is now out. And it has a Mac version. And this is such an uncomfortable costume. I'm choking on hair. Anyway, as you can see, I've grown quite old recently. So I thought, in my old age, we'll take a look at Hollow Knight Silksong on Mac. Okay, this is just a small video about Hollow Knight Silksong because this game is a huge deal. So Hollow Knight Silksong was officially announced way back in 2019 in February by Team Cherry, and now it's finally out. It's out on Steam and GOG, and it only costs $20 USD, which is really cheap. This is pretty big that this is released on Mac the same day as PC and console. I know it's just an indie game, but it's a huge indie game, and it's very important that we make some noise about the Mac version, because while it's important to talk about all these AAA games coming to Mac, I think it's equally, if not more important, to talk about some of the indie and smaller releases. What I do hope is that Team Cherry eventually bring this game to the Mac App Store as well, for people who like to game on that storefront. What's good about this game is that it's a universal app for both Apple Silicon and Intel Macs. It supports Metal 2.3. Also, this game has controller support, just like every other Mac port, but it also has Rumble support, which is awesome. A lot of developers do skip out on this, and it's good to see Team Cherry have brought it over. And performance. So this is not a demanding game in the slightest. It can run on anything. So for example, an M1 Mac Mini, you play the game at 4K 60 FPS, which I just think is awesome. This game running at 4K looks absolutely gorgeous. Team Cherry have put so much work into the art design of this game, and it really shines at 4K resolution. It's awesome. Also, this machine can push for 120 plus FPS at 1440p, which is great. So basically, if you're watching this video, you can probably play this game easily on your Mac. I also tested the game on my M3 iMac, and this game ran beautifully at the device's native resolution, which is 4480 by 2520, and 60 FPS. This machine has a 60 Hz display. And again, this game looks absolutely amazing at basically 4K, no, 4.5K, I don't know, it's a bit confusing, but it looks awesome. This capture is a bit weird. It's a bit hard to capture the device's native display, so the refresh rate might look a bit funny in this video, but in person it looks absolutely fantastic. And obviously I tested the game on an M4 Mac Mini, and it ran beautifully at 4K, pushing 100 plus FPS, typically around 120. I found on this machine it was prudent to enable VSync to improve the frame interval. Honestly, I haven't spent that much time with this game yet, maybe like 2 hours. I need to play a lot more. But the only scene I found that struggles is after you defeat the Bell Beast, where it goes down to 80 FPS. Don't know why this is happening, but it's not a big issue. Also, do note, across all Macs, this game targets 30 FPS during cutscenes. I think this is simply down to artistic choice. The game looks really good at 30 FPS during the cutscenes. It's kind of like watching, I don't know, an animated movie. I don't know. I did also want to go over the potential of this game coming to iPhone and iPad. Now, why am I mentioning this? Well, it's pretty obvious that this game can run on anything. It's not a demanding game. Yes, it has beautiful graphics, but at the end of the day, it's just a 2D game. And I would personally think it would be really cool if Team Cherry decided to bring this game to iPhone and iPad, and also possibly Apple TV. I think it could work really well there. This game works the best with a controller on PC, If you're playing it with a keyboard, it's sort of quite difficult to play. This game is very punishing with its difficulty. It's awesome. It does stress me out a lot. But if this game were to come to mobile, in many ways, I think, and this might be a little bit controversial, I think Team Cherry could restrict this game to only work with a controller, so no touchscreen support. Because I don't believe this game in any way could work well on touchscreen, no matter how well they implemented it. Possibly something like Dead Cells in a similar vein to that, with how that game runs on mobile, it could do quite well. But even still, I think Dead Cells, I don't know if these games are even comparable, it's very difficult, in my opinion, to play with the touch control. So I always pick up a controller when I'm playing in mobile. Personally, I think this game is really important for Mac gaming. And what I would really like to see is just more people purchasing this game and supporting indie development on Mac. And I'm really happy that Team Cherry have always had Mac as a development platform since the get-go. I think that's really cool, and it's definitely worth acknowledging. If you're interested, definitely check out this game. It is super, super fun, but it's also super difficult. I can't get past the 4th boss. I'm really bad. But yeah, that's basically it. And I'm sorry that I'm such a weirdo. All right, bye.